let's talk about what really went down in Calgary's real estate market as we wrap up 2024. Whether you're thinking about buying your first home or wondering if it's finally time to sell, I've got some insights you won't want to miss. And let me tell you, there were some changes that happened as of December that cannot be ignored, and they could mean another shift in our market here in Calgary. And one more thing, stick with me until the end of this video because I'm going to share something that most people in this industry won't admit. You're going to want to hear it. But first, I'm Dawn, and you know what's crazy? 88% of you watching aren't subscribed yet. If you could hit that like and subscribe button, it would really help me get my videos out there and grow this channel. My goal this year is 1,000 subscribers, and your support would mean everything. While the rest of Canada is buzzing about market recovery, here in Calgary, it's a bit of a different story. We didn't really have anything to recover from. Alberta loves to forge its own path in real estate. Sure, mid-year, things slowed a bit with more homes hitting the market, and we saw tiny month-over-month price drops, but compared to Toronto or Vancouver, it was nothing major. So, are we heading for a market crash like they did last year? Let's start with December. We saw 1,322 homes sold, a slight dip of just 2.9%, but pretty much the same from last year. Overall, 2024 saw 26,885 sales, only 421 fewer than 2023. So to put this into perspective, pre-pandemic, we averaged like 16,000 to 18,000 sales annually. So even in a slower year, Calgary's market is still busy, but is this the new normal? New listings were also essentially flat at 1,239, a 0.7 increase from last year. Again, pretty much the same, while inventory rose by over 37% to 2,989 homes. That might feel like a big increase, but it's really not. Again, pre-pandemic, December inventories were closer to 3,700 to 4,900. So yeah, we're climbing out of that ultra low inventory levels, but we're still below long-term trends. So months of supply, basically how long it would take to sell everything on the market at our current pace if no new homes were listed. We sit at 2.26. That's still a seller's market. If we reach 2.5 to 3 months, conditions start to feel more balanced. But here's the thing, while we're seeing some recovery in inventory, it's not exactly the kind of inventory buyers are looking for. Most new listings are higher priced, leaving affordable options in short supply. I mean, think about it. Detached homes are still that ultimate dream for many, but supply just hasn't kept up, especially for entry-level price points. If we'd had more affordable homes on the market, 2024's sales numbers might have been even higher. Now, let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture here. Pricing. It's what we all want to know about, right? Where we started at the beginning of the year and where we've ended up might surprise you. At the start of 2024, the total residential benchmark price was valued at $572,300. By December, that inched inched up to $583,300. That's not a huge jump, 1.92%. But it shows our market wasn't going crazy, but holding steady. Now, detached homes jumped from $702,200 in January to $747,500 in December. It's a 6.44% increase. Apartments were also up 2.59%, semis 8.4%, townhomes and row homes 4.93%. And the stat you guys know I love to track, in December, 22% of homes sold at or over list price, which we've seen this number decline month over month since May. It'll be interesting to see where our spring number lands with that stat. Now, I try not to put too much pressure on December stats because a lot of homes come off the market over the holidays, and a lot of homes on the market are kind of shit in December. And there are buyers that have let off their gas in terms of their home search. So days on market jumped up to 44 days. If you were planning to sell, you just need to price it right, clean it well, and there's a good chance you'll still do well with your sale and in a reasonable time frame. I see a lot of comments, people saying no one's buying in Calgary anymore, prices are too high and the market's going down. Okay, I'll agree that prices have gotten out of control. And yes, our unemployment rate is higher than the national average. In November, we were, I think, the 4th highest unemployment rate among all the provinces. But the takeaway is people are still buying. Sure, rising prices have made things tough for many Calgarians. It hasn't been a deal breaker. It's been tough to get a job for many, but for those already employed, we haven't seen mass layoffs. Now, is 2025 the right time for you to buy? Well, that's a personal decision. I can't really tell you that. People buy homes for all kinds of reasons, and it really depends on your situation. Right now, though, renting is cheaper than owning, and rental rates have come down a bit from their peak. But as interest rates come down, we have to ask, will that balance remain the same? The rent versus buy argument has great points for each side. You know what, would you like to see a rent versus buy video? Let me know in the comments. I'm happy to do that if there's interest. There were some big, possibly inflationary changes happening, and you might remember from this video here that the government introduced new mortgage rules that took effect back in December. These changes could make buying a home a lot easier for many people. If you want the full breakdown, check out that video here. But ultimately, these changes could make homeownership more accessible for first-time buyers. That's the good news. The flip side, it could also push prices higher, especially in those already competitive segments like starter homes or more affordable condos. That's one of those unintended side effects we've seen before with policies like this. Now, according to CMHC, approximately 1.2 million fixed-rate mortgages in Canada, totaling over $300 billion, are set for renewal in 2025. Now, over 85% of these were initially contracted when the Bank of Canada's policy interest rate was at or below 1%. In Alberta, 27% of residential mortgage holders are expected to renew their mortgages by March 2025. This includes 12% within the next 12 months and an additional 15% in the following 6 months. Now, that could be manageable for some and crippling for others. So there will likely be some people that are sadly forced to sell. We've also seen a record number of housing starts in Alberta. Some of these homes will hit the market as inventory, but many are already pre-sold. So while construction is a step in the right direction, it won't solve our housing shortage overnight, especially in affordable price ranges. Also now, I'm currently making a video for another possible change we could see here in Calgary that could make a huge impact on our city, so hit subscribe so you don't miss that next video. Finally, and as I touched on this a little bit already, the Bank of Canada, it's been dropping rates since June with a massive 175 basis point cut from the peak. So will this impact Calgary's market? Will we see buyers rushing back in because of it? So far, not really, but that doesn't mean buyers weren't waiting for the new year to buy or rates to come down further. Here's the thing, if you weren't already planning to buy a home, a rate drop probably isn't gonna change your mind. But for those who are ready and able to buy, lower rates are definitely a nice bonus. Now, before we wrap up, I wanna share something important. I'm sure you guys know, I'm a realtor. I'm not an economist. So don't get me wrong, I absolutely love this shit. I study the market and the economy daily, and I love sharing what I learn with you. But even with all the data in the world, no one can predict the future with absolute certainty. So I do my best to give you insights, but I could be off. Please don't make big financial decisions solely based on what I think might happen. That's why I'm cautious about making those big, bold predictions. Aside from the fact that I don't think they're gonna happen next year. Anyways, anyone who claims they know exactly where the market will be in a year, they're fooling themselves, and I know they're not fooling you. So What does this mean for you? Whether you're planning to buy or sell, this is the perfect time of year to plan out your goals and strategize how you'll make that happen. If you're curious about how these trends could affect your next move, let's chat. You can book a call with me. I would love to help you navigate the market. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really supports my channel and keeps me motivated to make more videos. Here's to a great year ahead, Calgary. Let's make 2025 amazing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.